The way I'm feeling, I want to feel differently. So the camera helps me put on a face, so to speak, and just be somebody different for a second. Hi. Hopefully this isn't the first time you're seeing me in my blonde hair, because it's a mess. And I'm a mess. And I'm having an anxiety panic attack right now. And I was using the camera as a way to calm down and kind of force myself to get a grip and not feel the way I'm feeling. I want to feel differently. So the camera helps me put on a face, so to speak, and just be somebody different for a second. My husband wanted to go on a hike with my daughter this morning, and he asked me to do a favor for him so that when he came back from his hike, we would have dinner in the crock pot ready to cook. We would have dinner in the crock pot cooking, and we would have dinner for tonight already on its way. And he's been home for a couple hours, and he went and took a nap, and he probably noticed that I didn't do what he asked me to do, because I completely forgot about it. And so he came to me just now and he said, "Hey, were you going to put the stuff in the crock pot?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I'm so sorry." And so I rushed to the kitchen. I grabbed the meat that we're gonna put in the crock pot, and I look inside the crock pot and I see that the insert thing is not there. And I'm like, okay, well, where is it at? And I start looking, so I'm already kind of like high anxiety that I forgot something, and it's been a couple of hours, and so we're like a couple hours delayed in this crock pot mission. And that's when I realized that right now I'm feeling manipulated in a sense. Maybe it's not true, so I'm trying to challenge myself that it's not true, but it's really hard for me to not see it as true, because this is where I found the crock pot insert thing. I found it in the fridge, and I have absolutely no idea when we had shredded beef last, but there's shredded beef in here, and I think he knew that. I think he knew that this was in the fridge, and I think that's why he asked me to do this task, and I think that's why he didn't do it when he came home, and I think that's why he didn't do it when he came and asked me if I remembered to do it. And I really feel like this is his passive way of getting me to clean the crock pot. Either one of us can clean the crock pot, right? It's not my job. I'm just because I'm a woman and the wife doesn't mean that it's my job to clean the crock pot. That's my belief. That's what I think. And yet, instead of just asking me, "Can you clean out the crock pot so that we can cook the dinner for tonight?" he didn't do that. He didn't ask me to do that, and he wasn't direct, and he wasn't honest with me. He asked me to start. So I'm challenging myself to try to see this as, did you know that it was in there? Did you? I mean, I could ask him and clear that up, but I don't feel like he would be honest with me. I feel like even if he said no, I wouldn't know if he was being honest with me, because at several points he could have done it. He could have just done it himself. I think he knew it was in there. This was right next to it in the fridge. I think he knew it was in there. So you see how I'm full of anxiety, and I'm having this complex PTSD type of response, because I don't like being lied to, and I don't like being manipulated, and I don't like the passive aggressive stuff. Like, it's not aggressive, I guess, but it's passive. It's a form of manipulation, I feel, for me to clean something instead of just asking me directly to clean it. So I'm not trying to fall apart in this moment. I'm having a response and a reaction to it, and I just don't know what to do with it. In hopes to calm myself down, I'm going to turn this into a positive experience, such as a cleaning video and a let's make a meal video, and we're not going to focus on the negative side of this obstacle right now. I get to challenge myself with rising above it and doing better from this moment, rather than storming into his room and demanding him to be honest with me. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to keep proceeding with the plan, which is to start dinner. So I'm going to get this crock pot cleaned out. I'll put it on hyperspeed, and I'll turn this into a cleaning video, and everything will be okay for this time anyway. Okay, let's go.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Dory, no singing.
Dory. I love to swim in.
Dory.
When you want to swim, you want
See,
to
I'm gonna get stuck now with that song. Now it's in my head.
Sorry.
I guess the good news is that the meat that I just cleaned out of the crock pot wasn't bad. It wasn't old, it wasn't gross, it wasn't moldy, it didn't stink. It was probably quite edible. I just don't know why he didn't tell me about it. That's my only confusion. But in any case, I'm ready to do the meal prep for the crock pot. And yeah. I just don't remember when we had that meal. That's what I'm really confused about too. I don't remember the meat. I don't remember the meal. I don't remember how long ago it was. I don't remember a lot of that. I don't remember that. So I'm really confused by I don't remember that. I know we were on vacation. We came back last week. Was that made within the last week? Because it didn't smell like it was older than that. I'm just really confused. So I'm having these memory gaps that are like that, where I don't remember specifics about things, but I know it had to have happened because obviously it's here. I'm really confused. I don't remember when we had that meat in the crock pot. When did we have that?
Long time ago.
All right, we're gonna get started. Not sure if I'm gonna change some of this to hyperspeed, but if I do, then you'll know why. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ingredients into the crock pot. So my husband told me to put half of this in here. It's a brand new bottle of lime juice, and I only put a half a bottle. So I'm going to throw that stuff away. Woo. All right, the next thing I got is Mojito lime marinade mix, and it mentions that you can put oil and lime juice. Honey lime marinade whisked together marinade mix, a quarter of both oil and lime juice along with it. So I got my lime juice, but I don't want to put oil. My husband agreed, so we just put extra lime juice because the meat itself probably has a lot of fat, so we don't need to do that. And then we'll put a second one in here. That's why we used a half of a container. All right, and rather than whisk it together, I figured I'd just stir it with this little spatula thing. Mind you, I do not do the cooking in the family. My husband does. I have tried to branch a little bit more out of my comfort zone and learn some new things. And so please don't judge me for not knowing what I'm doing. I'm like a little kid practicing stuff in the kitchen for the first time, okay? All right, so we've got all that nice and mixed together. And now he just told me to put the pork butt, I think that's what it's called, yeah, pork butt in the crock pot. And then we put it on high for 5 or 6 hours, maybe even longer because it's so big. Now for the tricky part. Now we gotta get this in there. All right, so I use my kitchen scissors, and I wonder if I can open it this way. now I take my fingers, I guess, or maybe I can just take the bag. There we go. Take the bag. And now I barely had to touch it with my fingers. I don't have to get all gross. I just got a little bit of the lime stuff on me. And that's it. I guess this juice stuff will do something. And make this all... Do I have to pour it on it? Do I need to like saturate it somehow? Should I have done that part last and drizzled on it? Probably. I probably should have done it in a bowl. As you can tell, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's a lot more coated than it was. Maybe I should turn this over because that side has some. There we go. So that's got some of that lime stuff. So does my hands again. Turn it around some more. All right. All right. Okay, so now it's in the crock pot. It's on high. It's cooking. I've got some insecurities about what I just did, of course, because I'm new at this and I'm not sure what I'm doing. And without him here to hold my hand and guide me, I do have insecurities. But at the same time, him holding my hand and guiding me also gives me insecurities because I feel I should know better, or I feel like he should just do it himself if he has a specific way that he wants it done. I don't want to be bossed around and controlled and told what to do all the time. So either way, I have a little bit of insecurities. But what I'm trying to express to you in my anxiety panic state of mind is cleaning calmed me down. Starting the cooking process kept me calm. But then I started to question myself. And if you have anxiety, you might recognize that you're questioning yourself in some way, or you're questioning your surroundings, or you're questioning your safety, or you're questioning your understanding of a situation. So by calming down and talking gently to yourself and just reminding yourself of gentle words that your mind needs to hear, the things I'm telling myself is, A, if he wanted to do this himself, he could have, he should have, he probably, whether it was intentional or non-intentional, he clearly left this job for me for some reason, whether it be to help me grow or to get out of doing it. He left the job for me. So B, if I'm going to do this job, I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to do it the best way that I can, and I'm not going to fail at doing something the best way that I can. As long as I'm doing my best, that's all I can do. I can't judge myself, and I can't allow someone else's opinion of what I did cloud my judgments of doing my best. So I just did my best. And now we've got the meat in the crock pot and the lime juice in the mix, and I don't know if I did it right, and that kind of worries me that I might not have, but it brings me comfort to know that he could have done it himself the entire time, at any point in the game, if he didn't trust that I could do it correctly. So I don't think he wants me to do it correctly. I don't think he thinks it's that hard. I don't think I could have messed that up very much at all. I don't know if I did it right. I don't think I could have done it wrong any worse than that. So he had to have known that. So rather than worried about it, I'm just going to have comfort knowing that if he was really worried about me doing it wrong, he could have done it himself. So I just did my best. So if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. He can fix it, he can eat it, or he can not eat it. I really don't care. I will be proud of myself regardless. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Maybe I won't.
Several song-filled hours later.
It's a little after 7 and the crock pot is complete. The butt in the crock pot is complete. And my son said that Dad said that I am in charge of shredding it up and getting it ready for tacos. So I didn't know that. So I shredded it the best I could, and while I was in the middle of shredding it, my husband comes in and takes over. So let's go look at the shredded butt, shall we? Ooh, what kind of sauce is that?
Same thing.
Oh, the lime thing? You had another one?
I had marinade.
Like a liquid marinade? I want to see. Chili lime. This is different than the package.
Uh-huh.
So we've got the lime juice, the lime seasoning sauce powder thing, and the lime marinade. Chili lime marinade. And then we've got these jumbo taco shells. Kroger brand. 2 boxes? Are we really having 24 tacos tonight?
Do you see how?
They're jumbo though.
Do you see how much meat we have?
Oh, so we can have it for a few nights in a row. Okay, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. You see it as you're just proud to be on video.
Or it's not a pride thing, it's just a I'm okay with it thing.
Yes, you're okay with your hair looking all funky. A little more vain than that.
You're a little more vain than that. Such beautiful tacos. Thanks for having my panic attack with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.